Hello, everyone. 12 Bravo here. I wanted to talk today now that the Switch 2 is out, which just released uh, at midnight today. I wanted to talk about which system you should buy if you're just getting into gaming, or if you're looking at the three current consoles that are out: the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch 2. So those are the three latest consoles that are out now, gaming consoles. There are other consoles out there like handheld PCs, things like that, but these are the three main: Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft systems. So if you're looking at buying one of the three, this video is for you. This is going to help you decide which one to get. Okay, let me go over the Xbox first. Okay. That is a Series Elite 2 controller. This is the Master Chief Edition. And I think, as far as controllers go, this is the most perfect controller. It's not my favorite controller, but this is no stick drift. I've had it for since this came out, so two to 4 years, something like that. No stick drift issues. I had an Elite Series 1, I had no stick drift issues on that. The rubber's not peeling off, like on some DualSense Edge. The white ones had all kinds of issues. But yeah, no, this is probably the. I don't know how you can improve on this design, really. Except getting more haptic feedback in the triggers and things like that, like the PlayStation does. But yeah, 40-hour battery, rechargeable battery. Hands down, that's the standard right there. A lot of PC players, when they go controller, they go Xbox controller, just because it's a standard. So talking about the Xbox, this is the Series X that I'm talking about. I would honestly, if you're looking at the S and X, I would honestly just save a little more and get the X. It's a lot better, more powerful, has the disc and built in so that you can play movies and for those occasional Blu-rays you may come across. Yeah, yeah. So the Series X is a powerhouse. Um, they've got after its 2024 refresh, they have updated models, including the 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition. Sleeker design, improving cooling systems in the newer ones, enhanced wireless connectivity with Wi-Fi 6E, and the new Xbox Universal Controller includes a rechargeable, swappable battery, enhancing user experience. This is ChatGPT. Pros are robust hardware with efficient cooling and silent operation, exclusive backward compatibility, and access to Xbox Game Pass. Enhanced storage options with the 2 terabyte model. Some previously promised features like advanced ray tracing haven't been fully materialized. Media center and social features feel dated. This is ideal for the Xbox gamer seeking a powerful console with a vast library of games and value through services like Xbox Game Pass. Okay, that's kind of generic, but the Xbox was my favorite for years. The last PlayStation I bought was a PlayStation 2, and then when the Xbox console came out, I got that, and I kind of never looked back. It was Xbox 360, Xbox One, all that stuff. I had a PS4, but didn't really play it. Ended up selling it. I've had almost every game console that's come out, except for like the odd ones, like the Jaguar and some of the things like that, like the oddball ones that weren't mainstream. But the Series X is a great console. It is the least popular of the current generation consoles in terms of sales. However, as a pro, I'll tell you it is the best online experience. So, as far as a standard PS5, it's more powerful than a standard PS5, and it is fast. The online experience is swift, easy to understand. With their blade system, they got like different blades, and it's easy to connect with friends. The Xbox app is really useful. Can show you, if your friends are online, stuff like that. It's also the best for social. You can do like private chats and group chats and all kinds of ways of interacting with your friends online. It even tops PlayStation's online experience. I think the Xbox, Microsoft has the online down, and with the Game Pass, it's a really good value. For $20 a month, you get access to like hundreds of games, and they do put AAA titles on the Game Pass for free. Like they just put that whatever 33 game out. Halo Infinite, when it came out, went straight to Game Pass. Call of Duty. So they do big titles on their free games. Free. You're paying $20 a month, but yeah. So the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is their online service, and they've went away from like Xbox Gold, which was just online, and so they cost $20 a month, and they're the most expensive service by far at $240 a year, and they don't even have a yearly plan, so they don't even cut you a deal. It's just $20 a month recurring charges with tax on your credit card. So they're by far the most expensive, but you do get a lot for the money. You get a lot of good games, a lot of curated games, and a lot of day one releases. So when a big game comes out, it comes out on the Game Pass. You just download it. Sometimes you can even pre-download it. So trying to think of what else about the Xbox. Con about the Xbox is that it has the least amount of exclusives. So like, Microsoft's kind of it's probably seen the end of their console era, console making time, and they're really, since the Series X's came out, they've really focused on this Game Pass Ultimate, which also gives you the PC Game Pass, and so they're really focusing on the subscription service, and I think they're just going to push that onto other systems. Like I think some Xbox games are coming out for the PlayStation, and so they're pushing their games to other systems. It isn't about exclusivity anymore with Microsoft. They're trying to make money in a different way because they know that their sales of the Series X was just horrendous. And I can only recommend a Series X to those people that are honestly Xbox fans, or that are going to do most of their playing online, because it's the easiest to use, it's the best online service, it's the least glitchy, and although the Switch Online hasn't been bad either, but I've seen PlayStation Network go down multiple times, and lagging issues and stuff like that. It happens on the Xbox too, but it just seems like theirs is more polished, more solid. So if you're an online player and you like Xbox, then I would pick Xbox. But if you're neither of those two, then I would stay away from Xbox. Just my personal opinion. All right, let's talk about the Switch 2. That is the Pro controller for the Switch 2, and you'll see that all the controllers I have are the upgraded versions. I don't even really use like the back buttons on this one. I need to learn though, but I don't know. I just like having a nicer controller. I'm stupid. But so the Nintendo Switch 2, what ChatGPT has to say, released today. It builds upon its predecessor's hybrid design, offering significant hardware and software upgrades. It features a 7.9-inch 1080p LCD screen with 120 Hz refresh rate, a custom NVIDIA Tegra T239 processor, and 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM. The Joy-Con 2 controllers now attach magnetically and include mouse functionality so that you can play like real-time strategy games, Civilization 7, games where, you gotta you have a map and you got to draw stuff around. So I think that's cool. I like the mouse mode because there's games like Company of Heroes, real-time strategy games that I really like to play that really have been mainly limited to, mouse and keyboard. So PCs really. Few of them have streamed out over the years. Civilization 6, I played that. That was I think it was a dumbed down kind of copy on the Switch that I played, and then I was playing something on the Xbox, Age of the Empires 4, something like that. I think it was. Yeah, that was fun too. But so the new Switch gives you enhanced performance with faster load times and improved graphics, backwards compatibility with most Switch 1 games, new social features like Game Chat and Game Share, access to classic games like GameCube, N64, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and also GameCube. Oh no, that was GameCube was in there already. Oh, sorry. Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo's and regular Nintendo. It's saying the cons are higher price point, 450, 500, with games priced around 80. That's not completely true. Most of the Switch games are 50, 60 bucks. The $80 ones are really going to be like the AAA titles like Mario Kart World. Another con, I did find this out because they were kind of a little bit harder to get, were the micro SD express cards. So the Switch 2 requires the new micro SD express cards, which kind of sucks because they're like the most expensive ones. I think for a 256 was like 60 bucks for a Samsung one. And there's not a lot of first-party titles right now. There's not a lot of Switch 2 titles at start. So like, I think Mario Kart World was the only new game, not like remastered or whatever. I'm not sure. I think that was like the main game. And then Donkey Kong is another one that's coming out in about a month or something. And it's saying that the Switch 2 is ideal for gamers who value portability, innovative gameplay, and access to a rich library of Nintendo titles. So we'll tell you about the Switch. It does have the best exclusives. So you're talking about games that you're not going to be able to play anywhere else. Yeah, they have emulators and stuff and, hacks and things like that. But the games that are coming out on the Switch 2, you're just not going to find anywhere else. You're not going to find the exclusives. And then now all the systems have Classics library, but I think that the Classics library on Nintendo is one of the better ones because it's just iconic games on every Nintendo platform that you can play. And now they got Sega Genesis too, which is nice because I had a Genesis when I was a kid. So I've been playing those games, and I can't believe how hard they are. Like, I was like, man, how did I survive my youth playing these hard ass games? So yeah, they all have online play. I think the Switch is the number one for exclusives. And now I like Nintendo, and I love playing Nintendo games, especially like Mario Odyssey. I like the Mario Karts. Zelda is one of my favorite games. Breath of the Wild was my number one or number two game. I go back and forth between that and Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So between those two games, I really like stories. So I kind of lean more towards Witcher 3 because it had more of a story than Breath of the Wild, which was more about exploration and adventure. But yeah, I mean, Nintendo puts out these games that are just blockbuster. A new Mario game or a new Mario Kart or whatever is going to be good. They don't put out shit first-party title games. They're good games, and they're quality. And Nintendo is cheap though; they charge you for every little thing. But their online is also the cheapest at $20 a year. So for $20 a year, you can play online, all your games online and stuff like that. And I think you get some of the classics library. I think you get like the NES classics library, the Super Nintendo classics library. I think that might be it. I'm not sure. But they've got two, unlike the Xbox, they've got two subscription options. They've got a $20 a year, and they got a $50 a year or $49 a year that includes expansion passes. So for $50, you get like more features. You get like discounts and rewards on games and like different little in-game rewards. You also get you'll get the Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom updates for free if you own the games instead of $10 each. So that's like, if you have those two games and you want to replay them with the remastered for the Switch 2, that's $20 right there. And then yeah, it includes like the map pass for Mario Kart 8, which was like, I think like 90 tracks or something like that. I can't remember. It was a lot. But yeah, I'll always have a Switch. That's how much I like it. Like this, I mean, I'll always have a Nintendo system. I haven't owned them all. I had an NES, a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Trying to think. I had a Wii U, Switch. I didn't have the GameCube. So yeah, I have a long history with Nintendo, and I think they're a great game maker, and so I would definitely recommend that as a way to go if you're not a Microsoft fan and you're taking my advice and not buying an Xbox. It's great if you have kids. The Switch is also great for group play. Like if you're having friends over and you want something to do after dinner, you can play like Mario Party or a game of Mario Kart with 4 players. There's tons of interactive co-op games to play on the Switch. So it's more of like a family-friendly with the best exclusive system, if you want to look at it that way. And I will do a review of the Switch 2, but I'll tell you right now, it's a good system. I'm a little bit disappointed in the LCD screen. I don't think it looks bad or anything, but I think they should have put at least an OLED or an LED screen in there, because I think they kind of cheaped out on the screen a little bit. I've heard some people complaining about it at night that there's a lot of blooming, and I haven't really noticed anything. I play mostly on the TV, but I'm not too picky about handheld mode anyway. But yeah, there's a few areas where they maybe sandbagged a little, but overall, I think it's a more premium console. It feels more premium. The graphics are better. It's faster. The user experience is better, I think, and so yeah, it's a good system, I think, and for the money, it's the cheapest. Well, I think now the PlayStation's the cheapest, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. These prices keep changing all the time. Like Xbox went up by like $100, and PlayStation went down by like $50, and so it's like, I don't know, all this crazy stuff happening. But yeah, so the only bad thing about the Switch is for online, if you're going to try and record gameplay, like put on your YouTube channel or stream, it's not the easiest system you need like a game capture card and a PC to do all that. It's not like the Xbox or PlayStation where you could just like stream straight from the system or upload to YouTube from the system. Yeah, because the Switch, I don't think, even if you hold the video button down, I think the max time you can record a game clip is like 30 seconds. So, all right. So, really, we're narrowing it down between two systems: the Switch and the Pro, the PS5. And if you're going to get a PS5, you've probably got about 2.5 years left of the PlayStation 5's life cycle. Well, not necessarily its life cycle, but before the PS6 comes out. So as you can see, as I've been watching, because I got the PS5 almost when it released, And I've been kind of disappointed in this console generation because almost everything that came out for the PS5 also came out for the PS4. So it's like, I understand I'm getting better graphics and faster load times, stuff like that, but like, why did I buy a PS5 again? Like, I don't need to have the system to play that game. I could just kept the PS4 Pro, maybe. So you got about 2 years before the 6 comes out, and I'm thinking even after the 6 comes out, the PS5 is going to be around for a while. So I wouldn't be afraid to buy it unless you're busy for the next 2 years and can't play games. Then I would recommend the PS5 Pro, and I would definitely recommend the DualSense Edge controller. This is the black one. It came out like in October. It's got 2 extra buttons on the back. So does the Switch one. The Switch one's got 2 extra buttons, and the Xbox has 4 extra buttons. So, this is my favorite controller. This is it's probably the worst build quality of the 3. When you look at it, like in terms of like toughness, like this can be beat up. It's built tight and solid, and this maybe a little bit less. I'd say the Switch controller is the most durable. This maybe a little bit less. You know, it's got pieces that come off and stuff, and I have a feeling that this can break if thrown. And this one, it feels better build quality than the Xbox controller, but it isn't. But it does have the best features. It's got like haptic feedback in the triggers. So like if you've ever squeezed the trigger of a gun, it's got kind of like that crisp break. When you pull the trigger, it kind of like stops and then like has this little break, just like a trigger in a gun. Vibration, haptic feedback. This doesn't really get used much at all. It's touch sensitive, so you can like draw on it and push it down. It doesn't really get used that much. These function buttons are only for switching profiles, which I don't know why they put 2 of them on there. They got one on the left and one on the right. They should have just made these extra buttons. But they're function buttons. You got to hold it down and then push like a circle, triangle, square to change your... you can have 3 profiles on this, 4 total with the default. I know I'm talking more about the controller than anything, but just like the Xbox controller, you can also do the triggers. So you see how that's longer now? And then when I do that, it's really short. It stops right there. So that's more for shooting games. It's got a speaker in it. It's got a microphone. So you hear noises come out of this thing too. And I also use this to tune my surround sound system using the PlayStation for 3D audio. You set this like in the center of like where you're sitting, and it can listen. I mean, this thing is amazing. I mean, I like it better than a Joy-Con. I mean, I think this thing is so advanced. And you don't have to get the Edge. You don't have to spend $200 and get this controller. You can go, you know, get the regular controller on sale for a lot of times for $50, and you're really not going to notice much of a difference. This isn't going to make you a better player or anything. It's just gaming is my thing, so I kind of like go for all the upgrades because I don't know, I like it. So let's talk about the PS5 Pro. And I kind of went off on the controller there, but that would be the version of the PlayStation that I would get. It does not come with the disc drive, so that is a major con. However, it does come with the 2 terabyte internal hard drive. It is expandable, I believe, up to 8 terabytes with an SSD, M.2, whatever it is called. You know, you can get them depending. I think a 2 terabytes like $100 and some, $150. So that's what I have in there. So I've got 4 terabytes total in my Pro. And I did buy the disk drive for it. That's another $80. And the reason why I bought the disc drive is because disc games are a lot cheaper than buying them on the store. So physical copies of games you're going to be able to find on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, used at GameStop, things like that. And you're going to save a lot more money if you buy physical games. I know it's easier just to download it and have it right there, especially if you're, like something like on the Switch, which is a portable console. You don't want to be fumbling around with games and stuff, so you might want to just download everything on that. Yeah, I kind of mixed bag. I on some bigger games like AAA titles, I'll buy them, the physical copy, and then I'll beat them and then sell them usually for $20 less than what I bought it for, $20-$30. If I can still get $40 for a $70 game, then I'm happy. So it's saying the PS5 Pro is Sony's most powerful console, came out late 2024. It's featuring a 2 terabyte SSD, advanced ray tracing capabilities, so it's more powerful than the Series X by far. Actually, I think that the PS5 Pro runs at I want to say it's like at 14 or 15 teraflops, and I think the Xbox is 10 or 12. In terms of speed. But yeah, there's also the PS5 Pro also uses PSSR, which is their AI graphics enhancement system that's built into the PlayStation. I don't know if it's a chip or not, but it's definitely software, and they're coming out with PSSR 2. And basically, like, I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's like an 8-year-old game, and came out originally, I think, on the PS4, and the AI graphics enhancer or upscaler is so good that it looks like a game that just came out, and it's 8 years old. I mean, it looks so good and runs so smooth. The PS5 Pro is the ultimate system that console anyway, that I've run games on. It is fast, it looks great, tons of options so that you can customize it. It does have online play. It is expensive. Right now it's $649 at $50 off. So it's kind of at $200 more than the Switch 2, it's kind of a hard sell for some. But if you want to play the best games that are coming out, period, they're going to be on PlayStation and not the Switch. I mean, like, if you're just looking for like the best games that are coming out, Nintendo games are great, but I always think when I play my Nintendo that I feel more childlike, that I feel like I'm playing more cartoony games, and they're still fun, and there are some serious games out on the Switch as well, obviously, but I'm mainly using Nintendo for first-party games, for like Mario Kart, Zelda, things like that. So, but if you're talking about like more competitive games like Call of Duty, Warzone, and PS5 has, other than the Nintendo, has the best exclusives. They got Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai's coming out. What was that other game that just came out? They've got tons of exclusives. God of War, and they do really great with their first party games. Their exclusives are powerful and good. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn right now, which is really great. Good story. I'm enjoying it, and I'm uploading it to YouTube straight from my console, because the PS5 can record for 1 hour, and I just record rather than streaming live. I record in 1 hour game clips, and then I upload those to YouTube straight from the system. And I just say, hey, this is full playthrough of this game, number 3, number 4, whatever, and I just upload it to my YouTube channel like that. Um, let's see here. So the Pro, oh yeah, AI enhanced graphics. The Pro supports over 100 enhanced titles currently, including major franchises like God of War and Call of Duty. More pros, superior graphics and performance enhancements over the base PS5, ample storage with 2 terabytes, and it's the only system to have Wi-Fi 7 enabled, which is, I think, at least twice as fast as Wi-Fi 6. I want to say at least, if not faster than that. I can definitely tell I had the original PS5 Pro disc. I have Wi-Fi 7. I have a 2 gigabit speed. And I can definitely tell with the new Pro the speed difference. Downloading games, playing online, getting into matches, it's a lot faster. The normal price is $699. So the base PS5 is substantially cheaper. But I would recommend the Pro, just not simply because it's more expensive, but because you're going to be future-proofing yourself. As games like Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, more as the PS5 reaches the end of its life cycle, the games that are coming out near the end are going to be pushing the system, to its max. Probably not the Pro, though. The Pro is going to be, well within its limits, but some of the later games that are coming out will probably push the original PS5, pretty hard, whereas the Pro is going to, handle it very easily. And this does say it's ideal for hardcore gamers seeking the best possible PlayStation experience and are willing to invest in top-tier performance. Now, I know $649 or $699 when it goes off of sale is a lot of money to spend, but you cannot build a computer, a PC that's as powerful as that plays 4K 60 frames a second, 8K 30 frames a second. You can't build a computer for that cheap. And Sony's actually losing money on every one of these that they sell. So they plan to make it up on accessories and games and subscriptions. But so the final verdict, according to ChatGPT, best for power and value, Xbox Series X offers robust performance and excellent value, especially with Xbox Game Pass. Okay, yeah, so that is one thing, is their Xbox Game Pass is really good. So that's one thing to maybe slightly consider the Xbox for. If you don't want to buy games and you don't want to decide what games to buy, just get the Xbox and Game Pass and just look on there and try whatever you want to try and play whatever you want to play, and then don't worry about what's coming out. Just play whatever you can on there and you'll be up to date. Well, obviously, best for portability and innovations, the Switch 2. Gamers who prioritize hybrid gaming and access to Nintendo's exclusive titles. And then, of course, the high-end performance is whoever desires a pinnacle of console gaming experience and are willing to pay a premium PlayStation 5 Pro. Trying to think. So, yes, the PS5 is the most powerful. It also has the best controller. The Xbox is best for social online, and the Switch is best for exclusives, and close second is the PS5. And I think the PS5 is also best for streamers, as a lot of the streaming, YouTube uploads and everything you can do straight from the system. So my top choice as a hardcore gamer, as someone who likes the best graphics, the best frame rates, exclusive titles mixed in, and just overall like the architecture and operating system, the PS5 Pro all day. It's my favorite controller. The PS5 is what brought me back to PlayStation. And I know it's been a disappointing generation, but I still have enjoyed the time that I've had with my PlayStation 5. And Ghost of Tsushima was definitely a highlight for me. It was the first game I played on PlayStation 5, and still playing it. And I think that would be my pick as a good mix, especially if you're an adult with no kids. For a good mix of games, the PlayStation is the best system by far. It's outsold the Xbox by millions. Yeah, and Sony is not. Sony's coming hard right now, and there are going to be Microsoft games. I heard Gears of War is going to be on the PlayStation, so you're not really losing out on any exclusives by not getting the Xbox, really. So I'd say PlayStation all day, and then if you have kids and are just a casual gamer, then Switch 2. So if you're a hardcore gamer and you want to play the latest, greatest, PlayStation Pro. If you're a casual gamer and you got a family, Switch 2. Done deal. I hope that helps you out. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments or send me a message directly. I'll help you out however I can. I've been gaming now for over 40 years. Mainly consoles. I do dabble a little bit in PC because I do like real-time strategy games, you know, like Company of Heroes and StarCraft and things like that. So I do play some of the older games on my PC, which is not a power PC by any means. It's just a standard, you know, workstation that can play some PC games. And then I had a Rogue Ally X that I didn't really use very much. Had to have it. I feel bad that my family bought it for me for Christmas, and like I used it like a couple hours, and now it's collecting dust. So it can play any PC game, and I thought like, well, you know, I want to play these PC games, but I don't. I want to play console games. So I know that the PC master race looks down on us console players, but I enjoy, you know, playing on controller. I'm not a mouse and keyboard guy, and I like all the gimmicks that the systems throw at us. And yeah, I think when the next Xbox comes out, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm probably done with Microsoft systems, and probably that's probably the end of the Xbox path for me. PlayStation is going to be a wait and see. For the 6, I think I'll wait for the Pro to come out and then upgrade from PS5 Pro to PS6 Pro. Just because there was really no reason to not wait for the Pro this time, other than you know, the few years that I had with the regular PS5. But yeah, so these are the systems. If you want to get a look at it, the PS5 is the biggest. As you can see, it's a giant system, and it can lay on its side or it can stand like this. This stand is completely unnecessary. I don't even know why I got it, because it can stand fine on its own. Supposedly it helps with ventilation by creating a little more air down here, but I don't know. And then you got your little charging deal there. There's a Switch 2. So that's just kind of how that looks. And then there's the Series X. So that's the old faithful. Yeah, so switching back to PlayStation, and yeah, the options are just great. PS5 Pro, my recommendation, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry the video is so long. I just wanted to be thorough about everything so that you guys have the best information available for you to make a decision. All right, guys, stay safe. Take care.